Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're looking for an emergency short-term loan up to $10,000, you have five options, okay? Now, let me break these down by each so you can understand. So the first one would be with your credit unions, all right? And for most of the time, your credit unions, they would usually give you a loan up to, with no credit check and bad credit, they usually give you a loan up to 2,000. So a place like DCU, Digital Credit Union, they are the type of lender that would give you a loan up to 2,000, 10,000. Then you have your Department of Commerce Credit Union. Okay, now they will go up to 5,000. All right, if you're a member with them. But the key word is being a member in order to get access to those loans. But they don't go up to 10,000. So that's what you're trying to get to. Now, the next thing you have is your fintech companies. Okay. And so with your fintech companies, they look at different things. Okay. It's not just about the personal credit. All right. It could be about how long you've been at an address, how long you've been on a job. Okay. What's your education level? So with some of the fintech companies, they focus more on that. All right. And so like with your fintech companies, one of the ones is also a CDFI, and that's like with Opportune. You all hear me talk about Opportune a lot. That goes up to $10,000. All right, and so the minimum income to qualify for this type of loan is usually you have to have at least $500 in deposits. Okay, so that's one of your options when you're going with the fintech. Now, also, I want to throw in there, if you're working a job, remember, you can also get a free interest loan, all right, by you going to your HR and filing a tax exempt with the W-4 form, and that'll stop them from taking federal income taxes out of your check so you can bring home a bigger paycheck if you don't want to deal with these here lenders that offer the high interest loans, all right? Then you have some direct lenders that sort of fintech, and which is like Net Credit, okay? So with Net Credit, they give you the option of a personal loan up to $10,000. However, they do offer a line of credit as well, up to $4,500 as well. Now, this can be very leveraging because with the line of credit, they're only charging you what you actually use and not the whole amount, versus the personal loan, they charge you interest on the total amount. And with the personal loan, once you use it, you have to reapply for it with that $4,500 line of credit. If you pay it down, you can continue using without reapplying. Okay, so that's the reason why those are so different. Then you have like your tribal lenders, okay? And so there are not many tribal lenders out there that will offer loans up to $10,000. Most of your tribal lenders, they're offering loans up to $5,000, okay? And so like with your direct tribal lenders, you got Explore Credit that offers $2,000. However, you have like Credit Fresh and Credit Cube, right? One offers loans, one offers lines of credit, and they offer up to $5,000. Now, the thing about it with your tribal lenders, their interest rates is definitely going to be much higher, especially when you have bad credit, okay? Because they're taking a gamble on you of not paying that money back. So the thing about it, if you have horrible credit and you have income, those would probably, your tribal lenders will probably be your best leverage, okay? Then you have your platforms, all right? And so here's the thing about it with your platforms. With your platforms, they look for different lenders that's willing to work with you. And so a platform that I'm talking about is like Cash USA, okay? So with Cash USA, they go up to $10,000. However, they're a platform. And so like usually with your platforms, they would not do a hard pull on the credit, okay? So what they do is they would use the third-party credit bureaus. For those of you that's been following me, you know what I mean about the third-party credit bureaus. They're owned by the major credit bureaus, but they're mainly for the financial aspect of it. So when your third-party credit bureaus come in place, you're talking about like your Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion, or your Teletrack and your Data X, which is owned by Equifax, all right? Or your Clarity, which is owned by Experian, okay? So they're looking at those type of credit bureaus in order to determine if they want to give you a loan. If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a comment. Let me know if you ever used any of these. Give me a thumbs up, and please share the video if it's helpful to you. And don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Now, going back to the platforms, like your platforms, you have like big buck loans, okay? So with big buck loans, especially like when you have a low income, then big buck loans, Viva payday loans, those are the ones that are more accessible to people that are on government assistance. They're more flexible to you. They go up to $5,000 plus. The interest rates on those type of platforms usually are much lower. Their interest rate starts at 5.99, go up to 35.99. So again, they do not offer you a whole lot of money. However, they are more for those that are, again, that are financially struggling, to have a low income. However, you're able to prove that you have regular deposits and stuff like that. All right. Then you have your next option is like with your direct lenders. Okay. And so here's the thing about it with your direct lenders. You have places like Lend Nation. All right. And so with Lend Nation, they offer a line of credit up to $10,000. These are the type of places that I like, again, because they give you the $10,000, but you only use $7,500. So they only charge you interest on that $7,500. Now, again, like with some of these direct lenders, the interest rates is definitely going to be much more higher than your traditional banks and credit unions, okay? So they're taking a higher risk on you because you may have a high debt to income ratio over 60%. So for them to be willing to give you $10,000, and I would tell you that your average income, usually when you're trying to get $10,000, your average income should show proof of at least $45,000 household income or more. Okay, that's so that you know that you're going to be capable to at least make your minimum payments on this $10,000 loan. All right. Now, another option you have is like with your car. Okay. A lot of people, they may have cars that they're not using. Relatives may have cars they may not be using and stuff like that, where you're able to get the title over into your name. Then you can use places like Yendo. Okay. And so they will give you a car loan up to $10,000. Also, you can still be paying on the car, but long as the car has equity in it, they would actually give you a loan. Now, for you guys that are entrepreneurs and you don't have registered businesses, however, you do have good income coming into your regular checking account, then this is where you have some of your merchant cash advance type of lenders that only meet the minimum requirements of at least $1,500 a month, which is showing deposits at least 3 to 4 times a month. Okay. And so with those type of lenders, you're looking at like Giggle Finance. They go up to $10,000. All right. As long as you're able to show you've been receiving deposits for the past 90 days. Then you have Fundo that offers loans up to $10,000 as well. Okay. And so again, these are the ones that are usually where people don't have the best credit, but they need some type of funding and stuff like that. And they don't do a hard pull on the credit. Okay. With some of them, they may do a hard pull after you accept the loan. But if you don't accept the loan, you do not get the hard pull. So then it doesn't count anyway. So that's the reason why I tell you guys, you have so many options out there. It's just in terms of which way are you going. Also, one of the big key elements, not even the credit, is that making sure that the information on the application is going to match up with the third-party credit bureaus. Now, the reason these people look at the third-party credit bureaus like LexisNexis and those others is because they're trying to see if you are in a bankruptcy. Have you recently had an account with them in the past and you never paid it back? So those are the type of things that they're actually looking at, not to hold your credit against you. And again, having an active checking account. Now, with some of these lenders, they may turn you down if you have like a Chime checking account. That can also be a setback for you. Now, in terms of that, then what you want to do is go to your local credit union or your local community bank. They have second chance checking accounts. So even if you're in check systems or early warning systems, they still do have checking options for you other than like your Chime type of account. Okay, so I hope this helps you. If you have any question about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.